Hey Hooper, it's Deanne Love here, and in this video I'm going to share with you, particularly if you're a total beginner to hooping, how to feel more confident while you're waist hooping and give your arms something to do. So I'm going to share with you 3 things that you can do with your hands and with your arms while you're waist hooping. So you can feel like you're dancing even if you're just learning to hoop on your waist. Now, I am super duper excited because we have just launched the 28-day starter kit for total beginners on hooplovers.tv. It's the guide for everything that you need to know if you're starting out with your hooping, for fun, for fitness, for creativity. And I have been hooping this year now for 10 years, and I've been a teacher for 20 years. So what's that combined, like a million years? I'm bringing all of that stuff, and I have put it into this 28-day party for you. If you're a total beginner, or if you have someone, a friend who has been wanting to hoop for a while and they've been asking you some questions, it's totally awesome for them as well. Plus, I have packed in a ton of different bonuses, just all the stuff that I really wish that I had known when I was first starting out hooping and teaching myself, watching DVDs, running out to the park, all that kind of stuff. 28 days in this program. They are going to be totally rocking their hoop, or you're going to be totally rocking your hoop after this 28 days. Anyway, let's get to how we can feel more confident while we are hooping on our waist. Okay, so the first thing that you can start to do with your hands so you don't kind of feel like you're stuck in this position here, which is just not sassy at all, and it doesn't make you feel that confident. Sure, your waist is switched on and you might feel really good and really successful with your waist hooping, but if your arms are just stuck there, well, you're just not getting the full experience. So the first thing that you can play around with is expressing or creating new shapes. And if you can set yourself up in front of a mirror or maybe video yourself, you don't have to share it if you're a total beginner, but it's great to see what your body is capable of. Now, there are so many shapes that you can create. First of all, you can just create shapes with your hands. I remember when I first started teaching beginners in Tokyo, Japan, we used to hold cups of glitter. And so we would just balance around the room holding these cups of glitter. And one day we even had these cups with candles in them, just so that our arms have something to do and that we can build up the strength and the coordination. Now, you don't have to do that. You don't have to use scarves or glow sticks or whatever it is that you want. You can start to create your own shapes. It might be something for your fitness workout. It might be something that builds up arm strength or increases your heart rate, or it might just be a little bit floaty. Some things that you can start to think about is spreading your fingers, opening your palms, reaching into new space, even opening up your armpits and releasing through your shoulders. You can make the movements symmetrical and sharp, or you can just express in a floaty kind of way, as if you were just allowing your arms and your hands to float through the breeze. Now, the cool thing is that if you can keep your waist pulsing and then you can coordinate different arm and hand movements, then you're really going to start to feel a lot stronger and then, of course, a lot more confident. The second thing that you might like to try is scooping or dipping your hands down into the space between you and the hoop. You will notice if you look down, but not too much because the hoop might drop, if you look down, then there is a big space or a big gap between you and the hoop, and it opens up at different points. Often you will see that the biggest gap opens up at the front side and the back side. And depending on the way that your hoop is moving, the direction of your hoop, you should be able to scoop from center to side and center to side at the front and at the back. Now, have a little play with me if you have your hoop there. In the beginning, it might feel like you can get kind of one finger in, like it's really super duper fast. And then after a while, you'll be able to get maybe 4 fingers in at the front and 4 fingers in at the back. And then maybe you can go all the way down to your wrist and back up, and all the way down to your wrist and back up. Now, it is quite fast when you are standing still. If your hoop is going around to the left, you will probably put your left hand in the front pocket, front left side pocket, and your right hand, which can be a little bit more challenging, in your back right pocket. And if your hoop is going around to the right, then you will switch and mirror those. Now, after a while, you'll be able to not just dip down, but you might be able to scoop all the way around, all the way around. And then, if you start to feel a little bit more confident, have a little bit more courage, then you can start to move around in the same direction as your hoop. Keep the pulse in the belly, just little steps around, because what happens then is those pockets of space start to open up for just a little bit longer. They stay open for just enough time for you to scoop down into that space a little longer, a little deeper. So as I move in the same direction as my hoop is going around to the left right now, so I'm going to move around to the left, keep the belly pulsing, keep the feet stepping. I can scoop my left hand down in front of my belly button and around to my left hip. And I can scoop my right hand down in line with my spine, maybe lower back, around to my right hip. And then eventually I can create a rhythm. So feet are moving, woo! Belly's pulsing, and hands are dipping. Left, right, left, right, left, right. But remember, it's totally cool if you are standing on the spot, you're pulsing with your waist, you're standing up nice and tall, and you're just dipping with your fingers. It's kind of Saturday Night Fever. You can do it. Okay, the third way that you can use your hands and start to feel a little bit more confident, a little bit more coordinated while you are waist tubing is to break the hoop. Not break it in half, not snap it, but stop the direction of your hoop. So right now, my hoop is going around to the left. I'm going to use my left hand to catch the hoop on the outside and break the hoop. Notice that I also brought my right hand into play so that I can catch the weight of the hoop and it's not going to completely drop out. Eventually, you can use just one hand and you can play around with combinations. So try it with me if you have your hoop. I'm spinning around to the left. You might be spinning to the right. As the hoop hits my belly, 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 I'm going to catch and catch, press the hoop against my back as if I was starting to waist tube, and then here is the awesomeness. I can send the hoop in the opposite direction. Whoa, if you are not used to spinning in the opposite direction, then this is a great way to amplify your strength on both sides. Get a little bit more balance. Now it's spinning around to the right. Whoo, belly, belly, belly. Right hand catches at the back on the outside. Left hand supports, and now I can spin it to the left. Spin, 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 hand, hand. Opposite side, spin, 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 hand, hand. Now, catching on the outside can be a little bit challenging, so give yourself some time. I often like to feel it touch my belly, and I go belly, hand, belly, hand, belly, hand. Now, once you start to build up the strength and the coordination, you will be able to catch just with one hand. And that means that you have some freedom to play with your opposite hand and maybe your footwork as well, so you can start to dance and play. So I'm spinning around to the left. I'm going to catch the hoop with my left hand. Belly, 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 left hand catch. I do have to push it against my body to hold some tension, otherwise gravity, you know what it does. So I'm trying to keep it up here, and I might choose to pop out my right toe, take my right hand up or out just for some extra playtime, and then I can do the same on the opposite side. And then eventually, if you're coming along with me, I'm sure you've already thought of some cool ways that you can break and reverse. either using 2 hands or 1 hand. You know, the most important thing is that you have some fun and that you play around. You know what? It's just me and you right now, so it doesn't really matter. No one's watching. Have a little bit of courage, turn up the tunes, and play. Oh wow, that was a lot of fun. It really doesn't matter. Those moves never ever go out of style, whether you've been hooping for 10 minutes or 10 years. So expressing with your hands, coming up with new variations and new shapes, dipping into the pockets of space, which will really, really help you with your spatial awareness and will help you with some more advanced tricks later on. So definitely try that dipping or that popping down into the space motion. And then the breaks. Breaks, again, just really bring in the balance, they bring in the power, and you will be rocking your hoop like a total ninja. If you do start to feel a little bit more confident and you are sharing anywhere, then definitely tag me on Instagram. I am at Deanne Love XO, and don't forget to check out the 28-day total beginner starter pack on hooplovers.tv. I'm going to leave the links below because you are going to love it. Big hoop love from me to you. Mwah.